Right now, I mean, if you look at the most powerful AI systems in the world, they're basically being deployed to help corporate executives write emails slightly faster.
Right, or, to generate these hyper-realistic images of astronauts riding horses on Mars or something.
Exactly. But what if the true killer app for artificial intelligence isn't meant for those power users at all?
Oh, I totally agree. It's a completely different demographic.
Yeah, like what if the most revolutionary application of this technology is actually for, say, a grandparent who doesn't even know how to unlock a smartphone,
Uh,
or maybe a recent immigrant who's completely baffled by some Byzantine online portal.
which is a huge reality for so many people.
It is. So think about the last time you were completely overwhelmed by a convoluted digital system. Maybe it was a maze-like healthcare portal or an endless customer service loop.
Just pressing zero over and over.
Right. Now imagine if you didn't have the digital literacy to navigate it at all. Welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at the frontier of personal agentic AI.
And our mission today isn't to talk about the latest sci-fi capabilities of AI. We're really looking at its potential to bridge the digital divide.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because this technology might actually reduce societal inequality, build genuine trust, and, create pathways to personal autonomy.
Which is so crucial for the millions of people who've been systematically locked out of the modern digital economy.
Absolutely. But we first have to understand exactly why the current digital landscape excludes people. We always hear that software is eating the world, but for a massive chunk of the population.
It just means the world has become this maze of hostile architecture.
Yes, hostile architecture. Explain that a bit more.
Well, for many, technological progress has brought complexity and confusion rather than empowerment. We have this baseline assumption in tech that every new platform inherently makes life frictionless.
But that friction is super subjective, right?
Exactly. Everyday tasks like banking, dealing with utilities, public services, they require navigating fragmented platforms.
Remembering 12 different passwords.
Understanding unfamiliar jargon, it's exhausting. The core shift here is that agentic AI acts as an intermediary layer. So instead of asking people to adapt to digital systems,
It adapts the systems to the people.
right, it translates their intent into action.
It's kind of like right now we force everyone to become a mechanic just to drive to the grocery store.
That's a great way to put it.
In agentic AI, it's like having a chauffeur who handles the engine so you can just focus on the destination.
What's fascinating here is that the real value for less tech-savvy populations isn't about accelerating productivity. It's about reducing cognitive load.
Cognitive load, that's the sheer mental exhaustion of just trying to use these platforms.
Exactly. People aren't unwilling to engage. They're just exhausted by the complexity. Agentic AI allows them to focus on outcomes rather than processes.
So it's less about learning the rigid language of machines and more about the machine learning our messy human language.
Yes, it acts as a translation layer. It uses computer vision and reasoning to just read a clunky website the exact same way you or I would.
Oh, wow. So it literally looks at the screen.
Basically, yes. It identifies the input fields, clicks the boxes on the back end, all while just maintaining a simple conversation with you.
So if it reduces that exhausting cognitive load, what does that actually look like for vulnerable populations out in the real world? Like, let's move from the theory to tangible applications.
Well, let's look at older adults, for instance. Agentic AI can manage appointments, coordinate care.
Without them having to wait for a younger family member to come over and do it for them.
Right. It reduces that dependence on family and preserves their dignity.
That's huge. What about education? Because traditional tools assume you already have a lot of literacy and, self-direction.
Yeah, and if you've been excluded from formal education, dropping you into a corporate learning module is just going to alienate you.
Oh, absolutely. It's intimidating.
So agentic AI acts as what we call a patient tutor. It offers dialogue-based, paced learning without any fear of judgment.
So if you ask the same question 5 times, it doesn't get annoyed.
Nope, it adapts entirely to you.
I love that. And I imagine that translates to employment, too, like dealing with those awful applicant tracking systems.
Oh, those are a nightmare, even for tech-savvy folks.
Right.
For someone unfamiliar with digital hiring, the AI helps by just conversing with them to create CVs, search for jobs, prep for interviews. It advocates for their interests.
Capturing their actual lived experience rather than forcing them into a strict web form.
Exactly. It levels the playing field.
And then there's healthcare. I mean, navigating healthcare is notoriously awful.
It acts as a continuous support presence there. It tracks symptoms, helps you understand medical instruction.
Without needing a medical degree or a degree in computer science to log into the patient portal.
Right. It ensures continuity of care so patients don't fall through the cracks.
Okay, I hear all of this and the potential is obvious, but I have to push back here for a second.
Go for it.
So, the source text points out that this technology can save organizations a ton of money by basically replacing human-based call centers.
Yes, that is a huge factor.
So I have to ask, is this really about empowering users, or is this just another corporate cost-cutting measure disguised as help?
It's a very fair question. The cynical view is that companies will just use this to build thicker walls between themselves and their customers.
Right, like an automated deflection tactic.
But at a societal level, for this to actually work for vulnerable populations, it forces a shift in how these systems are evaluated.
What do you mean?
Success is no longer measured by feature richness or engagement metrics. It's measured by clarity, reliability, and ensuring tech is done for people, not to them.
So if the AI is doing the work, the metric of success is just, did the task actually get completed?
Exactly. And this strengthens social cohesion. It ensures that technological complexity doesn't lead to democratic or civic exclusion.
Okay, that makes sense. But this all sounds incredibly empowering, right? If it's such a perfect solution, why aren't we living in this reality right now?
Well, that brings us to the massive roadblocks of trust and legality.
Yeah, because right now, current personal agents are more like, well, automatons.
Exactly. Like an e-commerce product search or getting a car insurance quote. They guide your choices, but they do not take action on your behalf.
You still have to click the final buy button.
Right.
Mm.
And crucially, because of that, they don't take responsibility or liability.
Okay, so how do you actually convince someone who is already intimidated by technology to hand over control of something as vital as their medical care or job applications to an AI?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, regulations and legal thinking really must catch up first.
Because right now we have a liability vacuum. If the AI hallucinates and pays the wrong bill, who gets sued?
Exactly. For adoption to be sustainable and not feel coerced, legal guardrails have to be established.
And how do we build that trust with the user? Because handing them a bunch of open source code to prove it's mathematically fair isn't going to mean anything.
Trust isn't built through technical transparency for less capable users. It's strictly behavioral.
Behavioral,
Yeah.
meaning it just has to act right consistently.
Right. It's built through consistent, respectful, human-centered behavior that proves the AI is aligned with the user's interests. And fixing mistakes has to be easy.
Oh, like the ease of redress.
Yes. Reversing an error has to be as simple as returning an item in e-commerce today. Think about credit card chargebacks.
You just call the bank and undo it.
Exactly. If the AI double books an appointment, the user needs to just be able to say, undo that, with zero friction.
Okay, so let's say we fix the legal guardrails. The ease of redress is perfect, and the AI handles all these difficult bureaucratic tasks.
Okay.
Do we run the risk of creating a society that completely forgets how to do anything for itself? Like, does this just engineer a new form of total dependency?
That dependency paradox is a real concern. But an issue slowing uptake is that you still need basic digital skills to access these systems in the first place.
Right, you have to know how to turn it on and authenticate yourself before it can help you.
Yes. So we must assist users without creating a culture of dependency or a subclass of the circumstances excluded.
So how does the AI avoid just making us helpless?
Well, over time, AI engagement supports gradual increases in confidence. The AI uses what we call dynamic scaffolding.
It's like a set of digital training wheels.
Exactly like that.
But unlike real training wheels that you eventually have to forcefully unbolt and, just push the kid down the hill.
The AI seamlessly adjusts its level of support based on the user's growing comfort.
Oh, so it can do 90% of the work and then 50% fluidly?
Right. Agentic AI doesn't lock people into dependency. It creates a supported pathway toward greater autonomy.
Because users experience success, their frustration drops, and they might actually choose to take greater control or learn new skills.
The true measure of technological progress isn't how advanced the systems get, but how many people they bring along with them.
That is a brilliant way to put it. So, to summarize what we've unpacked today, the most socially transformative application of agentic AI isn't at the cutting edge of tech innovation for power users.
Not at all.
It's really at the margins of digital inclusion. By meeting people where they are, AI shifts from being just a tool of efficiency to an instrument of social justice and shared progress.
It acts as a patient tutor and a tireless translator.
So for you listening, I want you to reflect on the digital systems you interact with daily. Think about how much invisible cognitive load you carry just to participate in modern society.
And imagine lifting that weight for everyone who has ever felt completely locked out of their own life by a screen.
It's profound.
I'll leave you with one final thought to ponder. If agentic AI successfully becomes the ultimate, patient, and perfectly adaptable intermediary for all our societal systems,
Yeah.
how might that extended lack of friction change the way we expect to interact with human institutions and each other when the AI isn't in the middle?
Oh, wow. If we get used to a machine instantly resolving everything, dealing with flawed, inefficient humans is going to be a shock to the system.
Exactly.
That is definitely something to chew on. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.